So what is the maximum life a human being can live? See, in normal human being, I don't know what the medical science says, please tell me, I'm not conscious about that. Normally we see that by our own experience, a human being breathes between 12 to 15 times per minute. Is that the understanding? If you're breathing 15 times per minute, you're breathing 21,600 times per minute. 21,600 is not just an accidental number that you have arrived at. 21,600 is the number of nautical miles across the equator. And for every longitude that you have, between one longitude and the next longitude, the space is 60 nautical miles. This is considered as a minute. Anybody who's an aviator or a navigator knows this. We call the space as a minute because that's 1 minute. And our breath and the cycles of the planet are very closely connected. If we drop our breathing to 12 on an average, suppose by doing the right kind of practices you bring your breath to 12, we say you will live up to 108 years of age. If you drop your breath to 9, we say you will live up to 124 years of age. If you drop your breath to 6, we say you will live up to 164 years. If somebody comes to a state where they come to a static breath, no breath for long periods of time, that means it's almost like you're hibernating and being reborn. Such a person, we call him a nirmanakaya, that means he recreates his own body. He goes into hibernation states and recreates his body. For him, we don't fix a time span, it is his choice how long he lives. Till he has a certain purpose, he may live and he will die when he's well. He will not die because of ailments, he will not die because of something, he will die when he is well. So, this is not like an absolute thing, this is a general trajectory of life.
There is a certain dimension of yoga where we are talking about by bringing the body to a certain level of relaxation, not by controlling it, but by bringing it to a certain dimension of relaxation, the number of breaths that you take per minute will go down. Normally, we're taking 12 to 15 breaths per minute. If it goes down to 12, then you know the language of your body. Everything that happens in your body you know, simply because the static in your mind has gone down. If your breath goes down to 9 per minute, you know the language of the birds, animals, trees and every other living thing on the planet. If your breath goes down to 6, you know the language of the inanimate. If your breath goes down to 3, then you know the language of the entire universe. It simply means that your listening ability, like our friend, I'm sorry, Mr. Hall, he's got instruments. Because I didn't have instruments, I just sat for hours and days and listen and listen and listen, not wanting to listen. But it's invariable, it's bound to happen. If you become quiet within yourself, the entire universe speaks to you in a million different ways and trees are a dominant force in that.